The championship is already priced in. That line was everywhere heading into the playoffs. Every analyst, every projection model, same conclusion. But here's the thing. The prediction market on PolymarketTrade had the favorite sitting at 43%. Not locked, not settled, wide open. And if you'd had a conditional order queued, ready to fire the moment that price crossed your threshold, you'd have been positioned before anyone else caught on. That's exactly what we're building today. From scratch. No prior experience needed. Let's start from zero. A conditional order is an if-then instruction you give the platform. You say, if this championship market's price drops to 30 cents, then buy me a NO contract for this amount. Or, if this other market, say the conference semifinals, resolves yes, then buy NO on the championship market. The platform holds that instruction, watches the trigger continuously, and executes your order automatically when the condition is met. You don't have to be watching. You don't have to refresh the page. It just fires. Here is why this matters specifically for sports prediction markets. Games don't wait for you. An NFL playoff game ends at midnight. The championship probability on the winner reprices immediately after. And if you're not awake, you miss the window entirely. Conditional orders solve that. You set your entry point before tip-off. Maybe you want in if the probability drops below 40% during the contest. And PolymarketTrade fires that order the moment it hits. Same logic applies to NBA Finals repricing, World Series outrights, UEFA knockout stage markets. Anytime price moves fast after a result, conditional orders are your edge. Alright, let's actually open this. Pull up any active market. I'm using a live playoff probability market as our working example. Once you're on the market detail page, look at the order panel on the right. You'll see tabs across the top. Buy, sell, and conditional. Click Conditional. The Condition Builder panel expands below your order details. You'll see two distinct sections. Your main order configuration on top, size, price, yes or no, and the trigger setup underneath. We fill both out in order. First trigger type, price-based. In the Trigger Builder section, flip the selector to price. A price input and a direction selector appear. Let's say this championship market is sitting at 52 cents right now and you think it's overpriced. Set the direction to below and enter 0.35 as your target. The moment the contract drops to 35 cents or lower, your queued order fires. That is the entire configuration for a price trigger direction plus price level. The platform handles all the monitoring from there. Nothing else required on your end. Now the more powerful trigger type, and honestly the one that makes sports prediction markets genuinely interesting for strategy. Flip the selector to Market Resolution. A search bar appears inside the trigger builder. You're going to find a different market, say the conference semifinals winner contract, and select it as your trigger source. Then you pick the resolution direction. If that semifinals market resolves yes, then execute my order on the championship contract. This is how you chain markets across rounds. One outcome in the earlier stage automatically positions you for the next. Let's run a complete example so this clicks. You're tracking an NBA playoff bracket. One team in the semis is the heavy probability favorite to reach the finals, but the championship contract is already pricing them as likely winners before they've even clinched. You think, if they do advance, that championship probability will overshoot further. You want to buy NO right when they clinch before the market corrects. Here's the setup. Trigger market. The conference semifinals advancement contract. Resolution condition. Yes, queued action, buy NO on the championship market. The moment the semifinals contract resolves yes, your championship NO position opens automatically. No manual action required. There is one setting most people miss on the first pass: the expiration date. At the bottom of the condition builder there is an expiry field. This is the cutoff after which the entire conditional order cancels automatically if the trigger never fired. For playoff markets, keep it tight. Set expiry 24 to 48 hours after the trigger event is scheduled to finish. Otherwise you might forget the order exists, the trigger fires weeks later in a completely different context, and you end up in a position you no longer want. Match the expiry to your actual sports calendar and you avoid that entirely. Once your conditional order is live, you track it in the My Activity panel under Open Orders. You'll see a row for each active conditional order showing three things: the current trigger status, pending or actively monitoring, the expiry date you set, and the queued order details below it. If your read changes, maybe the series goes differently than expected and you want to exit the setup, you can cancel the conditional order anytime before the trigger fires. No penalty. Just cancel and rebuild with a new configuration if your view has shifted. Full control stays with you throughout. Alright, that is the full conditional order system on PolymarketTrade. 2 trigger types: price-based for when a market moves to your number, and event-based for when another market resolves and you want to chain your position into the next stage. Set the expiry, confirm the order shows in Open Orders inside My Activity, and let the platform handle the monitoring. No need to watch screens during the playoff game. No need to refresh at midnight when the championship probability reprices. Your order is already queued. If this was useful, hit subscribe. We've got tutorials on every feature on PolymarketTrade built specifically for the sports prediction market crowd. See you in the next one.